Welcome to another week of Washing with the Word. I hope that you're enjoying the Bible reading plan this year. I hope that you're seeing new stories, maybe events or a particular interpretation of an event or God revealing himself in new ways to you this year as you read the Bible. We've come to the point in Exodus that we're now reading chapters 13 through 17. This is a climactic moment in the story of the Exodus. It's the moment when Israel is fleeing from Egypt. They're on their way to Mount Sinai, and Pharaoh has a change of mind. He suddenly decides he's not okay with the Israelites leaving, and so he begins to pursue them. He takes his army, his chariots, and he begins to pursue Israel into the desert, into the wilderness. The people initially begin to panic and fear. What are we going to do? But in a display of amazing power and glorious strength, God saves Israel, finally and completely, from the enslavement of the Egyptians. He opens up the Red Sea before Israel. Israel walks through on dry ground, a wall of water on their right, a wall of water on their left. And the Egyptians pursue Israel into the sea. And as the Israelites come out on the other side of the sea, God crushes the Egyptian army by causing the water to fall down upon them. And they were able to see dead Egyptians floating in the sea, on the seashore, all of these things. God saved Israel. In the end of that story, in chapter 14, verse 31, it says that Israel then feared Yahweh and believed in Yahweh and in Moses, his servant. And so there's this sense in which God demonstrates his authenticity. He demonstrates his reality. He demonstrates that he is the true God, that there is no one in comparison to him. There's no one who can contest with him. He alone is God. All the Egyptian gods are defeated before the feet of Yahweh. He has saved his people. And as they go on into the wilderness, the people who feared and trusted in Yahweh immediately begin to complain and to whine about the lack of food and the lack of water. And yet God in his grace provides manna from heaven. He provides food out of heaven, bread, sustenance, so that they can eat when there is no bread. He provides water miraculously out of a rock in the middle of a desert where there is no water. And when the Amalekite raiders attack, God delivers Israel from them. God is functioning as the good shepherd, the one who leads his people and sustains them with food and nourishes them with water and protects them in the valley of the shadow of death. God is there with his people. And it's my hope that you see Jesus in these events. You see Jesus as the one who is the true bread who comes down out of heaven. You see Jesus as the water of life. You see Jesus as the one who saves his people from their enemies, from the Egyptians, from the enslaving enemies, and also from the foes that attack and seek to derail the people as they strive to follow God. You see all of these things happening in the New Testament. As we shift to Luke's gospel, we are coming to that climactic moment, the beginning and the final week of Jesus' life in Luke's gospel. It begins with the triumphal entry, but immediately you see this reaction against Jesus. He is hated. He is despised. They are envious of Jesus. They are jealous of Jesus. And as a result, they are the ones who hand Jesus over. They betray Jesus. They hand Jesus over to death. And he is crucified for our sins. In both events, you see the saving grace of God. In both events, you see the sovereign power of God saving his people from that which enslaved them. In the Old Testament, it was through a miraculous work of sovereign cosmic power in the dividing of the Red Sea. In the New Testament, you see it as a sovereign divine act of cosmic power in Jesus taking the sin of the world upon himself and dying the death we deserved as our substitute so that we could be spared. In both cases, Jesus is functioning as the Good Shepherd who goes into the very valley of the shadow of death on our behalf in order to save us from the judgment that we deserve. One of my favorite parts of the crucifixion story in Luke's gospel is as he's hanging there on the cross and the thief is hanging next to him, he says to Jesus, "Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus says, today, you will be with me in paradise. Jesus is bringing us into paradise. He's bringing us into the promised land. He's bringing us into a land that flows with milk and honey. He's bringing us into a place where there is no more enemy, no more suffering, no more death. He's taking us to paradise through His sovereign saving action. This is what He has always done. It's what He's still doing. May God be praised.